Good day, everyone. I'm Jelmar V. Kasokot, together with my co-members Bethlehem Camarador and Ian Marcastor. Today, we tackle about the agrarian relations and Friar lands. So, tatalakayan natin ang summary ng agrarian relations, kung saan nagsimula ang Friar lands, at kung ano ang koneksyon nito sa buhay ni Dr. Josepe Rizal. History of the Friar lands. The existence of the Friar lands started when the Spaniards set foot in the Philippines, or what we call the Spanish conquistadors. So, sa mga Spanish conquistadors, nagsimula ang pagkakaroon ng Friar lands dito sa Pilipinas. The Spanish conquistadors were awarded lands for their loyalty to the Spanish crown, or ang tawag natin sa lupang ito ay hacienda. Ito ay isang halimbawa ng larawan ng mga Spanish conquistadors. Sitio de Ganado Mayor. Approximate 120 Spaniards were granted with large tracts of land. Ang tawag natin sa large tracts of land na ito ay Sitio de Ganado Mayor. Caballerías. Approximate 120 Spaniards were granted with smaller tracts of land. Kung ang tawag natin sa large tracts of land is Sitio de Ganado Mayor, ang tawag naman natin sa small tracts of land ay caballerías. Hacienderos. People who own the haciendas failed to develop their lands. Spaniards were not expected to permanently stay in the Philippines. So, ang tawag natin sa mga nagmay-ari ng mga lupain o hacienda ay hacienderos. Galleon trade, based in Manila, appealed more to the Spaniards since it offered better economic opportunities. Dahil sa pagbibigay ng mas magandang economic opportunities ng galleon trade, pupunta ang mga Espanyol sa Manila para kumuha doon ng produkto at doon magbenta. Spanish Friars. Able to acquire lands through whatever means available to them. Lands were donated to the friars in exchange for spiritual favor. Many Filipinos believe that the friars had no titles to the lands they owned since they acquired it through dubious means. So, naniniwala yung mga Pilipino noon na ang mga praile ay walang hawak na dokumento o katibayan na nagpapatunay na sa kanila o pagmamay-ari talaga nila ang lupaing hawak nila. Agrarian relations. In the agrarian relations, the form of the land property became its basis, as it is the primary means of agriculture production. Therefore, to determine its nature, land ownership and land tenure will be determined through the comparison of Hacienda de Calamba and Negros haciendas, the two modes of export-oriented sugar hacienda production in 19th century Spanish Philippines. Hacienda de Calamba and Negros hacienda were completely different. So, magkaiba po ang Hacienda de Calamba sa Negros hacienda. The former, o Hacienda de Calamba, is under religious entity, samantalang ang Negros hacienda ay hindi under ng Friar administration. So let's tackle first the Hacienda de Calamba dispute. Hacienda de Calamba. Originally owned by a Spaniard who donated the land to Jesuit friars, went to possession of the Spanish colonial government. In 1803, it was sold to Don Clemente de Azanza, eventually sold to Dominicans. The lands of Hacienda de Calamba were classified into three for the purpose of determining rents, and each land has its own product being produced. So, nahati-hati ang Hacienda de Calamba sa tatlong parte. So, ano-ano ang mga ito? First is the Terras Palayeras, a land suited for rice farming. This land produced palay. So, ito yung parte ng hacienda na tinatamnan ng mga palay. Terras Cañadolzales, sugar land. This land produces sugar cane. Kung ang itinanim sa Terras Palayeras ay palay, ito naman sa Terras Cañadolzales ay tubo. Terras Catijanes includes fishing ground and garden plots. These lands were further classified into first class, second class, and third class, or based on the productivity of the land. The third class being less productive land. However, the commodities planted in Hacienda de Calamba are rice and sugar cane. So, ang pangunahing produkto ng Hacienda de Calamba ay rice at saka sugar. In terms of ownership, the inquilinos are the one who rented the land and entered into sharecropping arrangement with the kasamas or the sharecroppers. Kumbaga, sa isang boarding house o dorm, yung mga inquilinos is sila yung mga tenants, while yung kasamas is sila yung mga boarders. The inquilinos were more dependent in the sugar cane, making Hacienda de Calamba the most significant sugar producers, along with the other two large monastic states in Laguna under the Dominican state. Inquilinos are the one who rented the land. Kasamas, the sharecroppers. Ano ang koneksyon ng Friar lands sa buhay at pamilya ni Dr. Jose P. Rizal? In connection to this, Rizal's family became one of the principal inquilinos of the hacienda. They rented one of the largest leased parcel of the land, measuring approximate 380 hectares. Since the main crop was sugarcane and it was the most in demand in the world market, then the Rizal family got their income mainly in the land ownership in the center, aroused in the 1883. The family eventually suffered, and that's the beginning of the suffering in the family of Jose Rizal, since the ownership of the Hacienda de Calamba are out of their hands. So, simula noong nawala sa kamay ng pamilya ni Dr. Jose P. Rizal ang ownership sa Hacienda de Calamba, doon na sila nagsimulang maghirap. Negros Hacienda. By the early 1850s, there were already small sugarcane haciendas in Iloilo on Panay Island, but main production in the expansive areas of Iloilo are rice. Those new sugar haciendas were founded in Negros. However, despite the sugar haciendas founded, there were particular small towns in Negros continued to produce food crops, either rice or corn. In the town of Negros, the small town focuses mainly on the rice farming, while the large farms focuses on sugar cane. In terms of ownership, haciendas are hiring their own tenants or employing overseers. Since Negros are focusing on enhancing profits invested in machinery, thus making Negros as producers of higher quality sugar than Luzon and surpassing the sugar crisis which affected the Hacienda de Calamba. So, dito na nalampasan ng Negros Hacienda ang Hacienda de Calamba. And that's for agrarian relation and friar lands. End of slide. Thank you.